It officially happened. We cracked over 1 million views on this channel. I want to give first off a huge shout out to everybody who's liked, commented, subscribed, shared, and of course, watched all my videos about ride sharing, Uber, Lyft, and everything. You know, when I first started this channel, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but my main goal, honestly, was to help people. I know it sounds super cheesy or whatever, because there are so many other Lyft and Uber channels on YouTube. A lot of them are really, really good. Some of them more focused on the education of Lyft and Uber, like how to make more money, other things. Other ones are more kind of like entertainment type things where they're like, oh my God, you'll never imagine what happened in this Uber Lyft, or, you know, someone canceled their ride halfway through it and tried to get a free ride out of the driver or something like that, right? There's all these different styles of Uber and Lyft content on the internet, right? And obviously for this channel, you may notice, I think 99.9% of my videos, maybe except a few, are all education-based to help my drivers out there and to help everyone who's watching these videos, whether it's the requirement videos of what it takes to be a driver, whether it's me just kind of reviewing the current economics of being a driver, is it worth it or not, whether it's me talking about things when it comes to insurance, or the different types of Uber and Lyft rides, and a lot more. Now, at this point, I've thought a lot about this. I did a poll, and I asked you, would you want me to do other types of content in addition to Uber and Lyft? I'm not gonna stop doing Uber and Lyft videos. I wanna make that clear. But I was curious. I'm like, you know, I've gotten a lot of comments and requests of people saying, hey, Mark, like, you're a former accountant. Do you have any advice if someone, like, say, wants to go into accounting? Or, hey, Mark, you said you were a former bartender. I've done a lot of different things in my life, by the way. You're a former bartender. Like, I'm actually considering bartending. Could you do a video about that? Or could you talk more about what it's like to be a bartender? And I think overall, I've had a lot of people say, hey, I've watched your channel a lot. I like your perspective on things. And I know you've been talking a lot about how Uber and Lyft, for the most part, isn't as worth it as it used to be, you know, depending on how you look at it. Do you have other suggestions of other jobs that are similar to Uber and Lyft within the gig economy, so to speak, that have a flexible schedule and everything, but are not Uber and Lyft, right? So I've gotten a lot of comments and questions about basically ways to make more money not involving Uber and Lyft. So I have decided, you may notice, at least at the exact time of this video, this channel's gone through a few different phases. First, it was the Uber and Lyft drive book. Thought that was a bit too wordy. I also was trying to go for some SEO points there, right? So then I switched it to just the drive book. I thought that was a very simple thing. Actually, the drive book, funny enough, was in reference to the playbook from How I Met Your Mother. So I called the drive book. And then I was like, you know, I was kind of rebranding. I have 4 different YouTube channels, in case you didn't know. So I was kind of rebranding them. Like, you know what? I kind of want everything to be under the Ferchero name. So then I changed this channel to Ferchero Rideshare. And now you may notice the title of the channel is Buck Living, which is something I am going to talk about in a few videos from now, so stay tuned for that. There's a very specific reason why I'm calling it that. And now I want to say that from this point moving forward, my goal for this channel is basically to help people grow their income. I will be still posting a lot of Uber and Lyft videos. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be still posting a lot of them. But, you know, I do kind of feel, I think it's a good idea, at least in my mind, because a lot of people, when I talk, let's say, about the negative aspects of driving for Uber and Lyft, like I said, my goal is to help people. I don't want to create fear, or I don't want to create this kind of like, I know sometimes these videos do well on YouTube where you're like, oh, Uber and Lyft's the worst, and you kind of create this drama-filled video, and they do well because I think people like to watch it, and they're like, yeah, I agree, like Uber and Lyft's bad, and it's like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad things about Lyft and Uber, but there's also a lot of good things, and for me personally, I think I don't like making videos where I just kind of create this kind of drama or hype, or maybe negative hype, or whatever the word is, without giving a solution, right? Because I feel like looking back at my videos, a lot of them have been me being like, oh, Uber and Lyft is the worst, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, so what now? Like, you know, because obviously, like, I'm not telling everybody to stop driving, of course. Again, it does depend upon your situation. Your location is the number one factor that determines how much money you can make as a driver. But overall, I'm like, you know what? It would be kind of nice to offer some solutions, being like, okay, maybe Uber and Lyft for your location, maybe when you can drive, maybe your financial situation or whatever, maybe it's not for you. Being honest, it's definitely not for everybody. Maybe you're just not going to make as much money as you should, but here are other options. So my plan is to kind of do videos about almost kind of like a investigative channel. I don't know if I can call it investigative, but like where I pretty much just do videos about different things, different ways to make money. I'm planning on doing videos about how to make money on YouTube because I've been a full-time YouTuber since 2016, which very interestingly, and again, I'll be posting this in a few days, I'm gonna do a full video about like my ride sharing history, so to speak, as an Uber driver and as a Lyft driver. And in that video, I will be talking about this, that YouTube and ride sharing for me are actually heavily connected, which is something I will talk about. So I'm planning on maybe doing videos about like how to make money on YouTube, passive income ideas, things like making money online. I'm not even talking about like my own personal things that I do when it comes to like affirmations. I know it's a bit woo-woo, you know, very like LA, but you know, maybe talking about like affirmations and what I do to achieve like the millionaire mindset, or like having that mindset to make more money and everything. Maybe talking about some accounting and finance stuff. Basically, my goals for this channel to be focused on the idea of making more money, and even maybe documenting my own kind of journey of making more money. Maybe I might show how much money I'm making on YouTube. Like a lot of YouTube income reports online, the person rambles on for like 20 minutes and then shows you their figure. You're like, great, I just watched 20 minutes of nonsense to get to the amount. So I was thinking like it'd be kind of cool to make that video where right away I'm like, here's how much money I'm making. I know that's what you want to see. Now let's talk about it, rather than ramble on for a while. So yeah, you know, again, want to say thank you so much again for everyone. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, just cracked over 1 million views on this channel. And like I said, I think moving forward, and I want to stress this, I will still be making Uber and Lyft content a lot. That I think will still be the main focus and goal of this channel overall. But now I do want to focus more on the concepts of making more money, where let's say if you are driving and you hate Lyft and Uber, to at least show you maybe some other options, or maybe give you some other insights into different fields and other ways to make more money.